You are up here on your soapbox. I told you, Rob, and I was going to leave it at that. I was going to leave it at, look, it wasn't all that as far as predictions go. Tell me they're not making the playoffs. Tell me they're getting beaten the first round. Then I'll give you something in the wild card game.
But how come,
wild card team. Tell me that.
Well, wait a minute.
And then I'll give you, hold on, no. I gave you 5 minutes last hour straight. I was going to let sleeping dogs lie, Rob, because you my boy.
Now he's playing
for you.
I'm your boy guy. That means he's going to do something.
I was going to let this be your day and let you soak up all the praise, and I predicted, but you went too far. And Gary called you out, and that was great. From 2014, you're talking about they're never going to make the Super Bowl again. But it's even worse than that, Gary. You didn't go far enough. Here it is, the Odd Couple crew. Rob G found this on YouTube.
Time to reheat an old hot take that's gone cold.
It's hot on the outside, icicle in the middle.
It's Microwave Take with the Odd Couple.
Quoting you here, he's on the downside of his career. I want you to say that.
As he turns 35, Tom Brady's on the downside of his career. And if you ask me if he'll ever get to another Super Bowl, I have one answer. No way, no how.
That's August 7th, 2012 on First Take on ESPN, Rob Parker.
Did that work over there? I don't remember that.
8 years ago, 7.5 years ago. And for the record, you said he would never reach another Super Bowl. He reached 4 Super Bowls and won 3 of them.
Yeah, but I didn't realize.
Stop it.
Tom Brady could do that.
Tom Brady could do that. No, Tom can't.
All you guys, Marty,
no, they don't get their wings back.
Michael Holly,
no
wings. You have gone beyond the spirit of betting.
No, it ain't. I bet them.
No, you don't do it in good faith.
I bet them
you can't make the same prediction year after 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 year. I think that's 9.
Was that 9? That was too many.
You can't do it. That's what you do.
My bet this year was that they wouldn't make the AFC Championship game that before the season, not when they were 8-0, before the season, because I knew where Tom Brady was headed, off the cliff. You got to give me credit for that, Chris.
You knew that in 2012 too, right?
You know what?
How'd that work out for you?
I didn't know they were going to be lucky and a couple things worked in their favor. They got lucky and won more Super Bowls. Before that, they had never won it. They had been gone 10 years without winning. There was no way you could believe that they were going to win after that. I'm serious. Remember that. They had gone 10 years without a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, they lucked into 3 more.
Lucked in? You don't luck into 4 Super Bowl appearances, 3 of them victories. All right. I just had to get that off my chest. Now, will you stop the bragging? Because you can't brag. You got nothing to brag about. I'm sorry. I know you came in. This was your day.
I feel good.
Your James Harden. Is that what those are? You wore your special Harden sneakers. And
I'm feeling great.
And all that. All right. Well, how you feeling about the Cowboys and their new coach? And we talked about this, Rob, on Friday. They went beyond so-called respect for Jason Garrett. It was supposed to be how much you love him. But you're interviewing other candidates before you officially.
Secretly, right behind.
Wrong.
I agree.
Wrong.
I don't understand. Let the guy be released, and then you go out and do a search. Some people, you know that? Like, I'm surprised that Mike McCarthy or coaches even went for that. Because normally there's like a, you know what I mean? Like
fraternity.
A fraternity.
Right.
And don't
point.
do that,
You're
man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like has he been released? You know, or whatever. And most people don't want to go in. That's bad luck when you do that. Somebody's still under contract or hasn't been relieved of their duties.
That's a great point, Rob. And in fact, had Mike McCarthy said, you know what, Jerry, look, I'm interested in the job, but until you get rid of Jason, I can't do it. That would have set a nice tone.
Am I right? Yeah.
Right? That would have set a nice tone that, look, I'm not just going to be your errand boy.
I'm
going to coach the team.
Do it
if
right.
you bring me in, I'm my own man. Now, all that said, I like the hire.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. The only problem I have is with Jerry, Chris. He went out and got a veteran coach who's won a Super Bowl. I like that. A grown man in the room, okay?
Right.
But the only and you can say whatever you want about Mike McCarthy. He comes in with the hardware.
Yes.
So all
and
those
he's
Cowboys,
a man. He's not a punk.
He ain't right.
We'll see how he deals with Jerry, but he's not soft. He's
And
not. Just
this is the only
over.
the only issue is, will Jerry finally step back? I know he's not going to totally turn over the keys to the Ferrari, Chris. That's not what he's going to do. But can he step back enough to allow Mike McCarthy to coach and put this together? That's the issue.
That's the question. Well, look, if you believe Peter King, and he's obviously a great reporter covering the NFL.
But you did hear Michael Holley when he talked about how he got a little revisionist history.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with the Robert Kraft story. But I'm talking about Peter King has said, I've heard him several times on the Herd with Colin Cowherd say that Jerry Jones, I've been there. This is Peter King talking. I've been in the war room with him. I've been there on draft night. He's not the dictator that everybody thinks he is. We'll see. He's an egomaniac. He wants the spotlight. He wants his own radio segment. He wants to hold a press conference after every game.
Before the coach.
Right.
So,
but football-wise, according to Peter King, he lets them, lets the guys do their job. So I think it's a good hire. I know you got people out there poo-pooing it. Look, Mike McCarthy has not had, his record was great in Green Bay. I know he only won one Super Bowl, but heck,
they won 6 or 7 division titles,
right,
too.
And they're saying he only won one Super Bowl with
only one.
Aaron Rodgers. Peyton Manning didn't win another Super Bowl till the end of his career. He
didn't even win that one.
Career.
I mean, the defense won it. He gets credit, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And he was on all those good teams in Indianapolis. Remember
Sean
that?
Payton coach? Because he's only won one Super Bowl.
And they
with
say
Drew
he's the
Brees.
greatest coach ever.
Right.
One of the greatest coaches.
So let's stop killing him. He's a good coach, and Rob, I think he's got a lot of talent to work with. And I think even though you're not high on the Cowboys, I think you think they got some talent.
They got talent. I'm just not high on Dak. You know what I mean? I just don't really believe he can win those games. That's my issue. Now, could he get the best out of Dak? Could he help Dak? Maybe he can. You know what I mean?
Well,
and maybe he can do something that they haven't been able to do with him. But I'm just saying, Chris, I don't have an issue with the hire. He's a veteran guy. He's won a championship. This ain't a lackey. This ain't a lackey hire.
Right. I agree. Now,
some unproven college coach that Jerry can control.
That has to earn their respect.
Right.
He has to show you in the first week or so that he knows what he's doing to get your respect. Mike McCarthy walks in with the respect of the players. Now, I'm glad you brought up Dak because I told you. See, I'm not the type to just, want a whole show to be about me bragging.
It is about you. Here we go.
Stuff. I haven't even gone there, but I'm just going to put you in your place a little bit. I told you. If I could have Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott, I'm with Dak.
Chris,
and
you sound crazy.
It again this weekend.
You sound crazy.
Why? And I like Carson Wentz. He has played great over the last month. I give him his props. But unfortunately, Rob, he's injury prone. And I know anybody can suffer a concussion.
That's not his fault. He stayed healthy all year. He won the last 4 games.
He didn't stay healthy all year.
With a depleted
all year
team.
Included Sunday. That was included in the
year. You're going to blame that because a guy hit him helmet to helmet?
He's injury prone, unfortunately. He's go back to his freshman year in college. He's gotten injured most years.
But Chris,
that's all I'm saying. He's great.
Here's where your argument doesn't hold up.
I need you on the field, Carson.
Here's where your argument doesn't hold up about Dak. Did they not have a full team with no injuries? They were loaded, the Cowboys. You just talked about what a good roster they have.
Didn't they lead the league, Rob G? Who led the league in drop passes this year?
Stop. That ain't the reason they lost.
I believe it was the Cowboys.
That ain't the reason they lost. You need to stop.
He still threw for almost 5,000 yards. He still threw for what?
Chris.
How many touchdowns? 30?
They're
fourth
empty.
in the league, 4th in QBR.
Yeah, but
and had those drops not occurred, had half of the drops not occurred. I'm not even asking for, everybody catch every ball, but half of them if they weren't dropped.
Most of his damage was against the weaker team or against the bad teams, and you know it, Chris.
Look, he didn't have a phenomenal year. I'll give you some of that. Because I'm objective. I'm the most objective of all time.
Is that what you are?
Yeah, you know that. That's what they call me. I'm waiting for you to buy me my hat.
No, I was going to say, where's your
Mo-O.
hat? I got a hat. You don't even have a hat.
But Dak, you're right. They didn't beat good teams this year. But Dak has proven over his first 3 years, Rob, that he can win big games. So stop it with the killing Dak. And part of the job description, this is some words of wisdom for all you guys out there. Part of the job description as a father and as a quarterback is being there. That's part of it. Being there.
No, but also when you get there, can you play? Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate before he got hurt. He got his team to the playoffs.
Man,
Their team was decimated.
Like 3 years ago.
Chris,
are you serious?
Dak will never be in that conversation.
Really?
He couldn't even make the Pro Bowl. Chris just told me he had all these stats. He almost had 5,000 yards. He had 30 touchdowns. He didn't even make the Pro Bowl. They were 4-1. Chris, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
What are you talking about?
They started 3-0 and 4-1 to start the season, and they didn't make the playoffs. How do you start 3-0 or 4-1 and not make the playoffs? Because you have a crappy quarterback named Dak Prescott who's more fraudulent than a $3 bill. Stop it with Dak.
Let me ask you something. Who's made more Pro Bowls, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott?
Carson's been hurt, so of course it's Dak.
Oh, that's my point. Thank you, Rob Parker.
No, but
you're putty in my hand.
No, my point is,
I just set you up perfectly, and you gave me the victory.
No, I didn't.
You gave me the victory. Yes, you just said it. Carson's hurt, and I like Carson. I don't dislike him. He's a man of faith. I like Carson Wentz.
They beat
But he's hurt too much.
Chris.
I need you to stay healthy.
Chris.
That's why I'd rather have Dak, because Dak is durable.
Here's the difference.
The D is for durable.
Chris makes no sense. Dak played against Wentz in a lifetime for the division. Dak didn't even throw a touchdown in the game with all the weapons. Chris, you make no sense. They had him 1 against 1. Do you remember that?
Sense.
Does that make sense?
You got me
and
one
you talk
game.
About, no,
How about
one
the
game.
past 4
that
years?
was the
How
biggest game. That was
How
the
about
biggest
we use 4 years.
Chris,
rather
that
than
was
one
the
game?
biggest game of the year. Dak was a no-show. They had to put out an APB for Dak Prescott. Wentz threw for over 300 yards. Wentz was lights out, the better quarterback.
Was he lights out? He was. I hate to say it. He was lights out on
you know
Sunday
what?
too.
Come on, man. Don't laugh about a guy getting hurt.
I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, I need you to stay healthy, Carson. That's all I'm saying.
That ain't his fault, Chris.
It's never your fault when you get injured, but is it? You got to be durable. I need different stock or something. I don't know.
All right.
If it's not the knee, it's the back. If it's not the back, it's the shoulder. If it's not the shoulder, it's the elbow. If it's not the elbow, it's a concussion. Dak is there. He's there. He's there. 877-99 on Fox. Mike, that's a mic drop. See, a week ago,
no, it ain't. It ain't no mic drop. There was nothing there. No.
His loyalty with the Jordan.
I didn't buy his loyalty.
That would have been a mic drop.
No, not at all. I did something for a friend as a Christmas present. And did I say I wanted something from you, Alex?
I'm telling you
nothing,
what
Rob.
Nothing. Alex didn't even.
I'm telling you the real.
Alex, did you even know I was buying those?
I had no expectation,
He had
Rob.
none. He didn't know what was in that box.
Right,
he thought it was hard popcorn.
Then your behavior should
I thought it was a squash.
change.
He thought it was a 4 squash in a box.
877-99 on Fox.
You gave Rob G a $5 gift card to Starbucks.
First of all, I've given Rob G some sneakers.
Rob G.
So don't front like I haven't dropped some sneakers on Rob G.
Hey, Rob G.
And the guy that I gave him sneakers is still playing.
Rob G.
And lighting them up.
Let me see.
In those sneakers.
Let me say you got a pair of sneakers from Chris and a pair of sneakers from me. Rob G got his first pair of Jordans from me. The sneakers you gave him, he gave away to somebody.
Did you?
Yeah.
They didn't fit, Chris. I told you that 5 times.
Is it my fault you wear a size 6.5?
Yes.
I mean,
you should know that.
I couldn't wait to get on with you guys.
Yes.
Did you hear his prediction from 2012?
No. We're talking about the here and now. Trucker Don, give me some props.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a new name now. I am going to defend the GOAT against the gloat.
The
Got
gloat.
lucky only after 10.
Wow.
We're going to call you the gloat.
I like that. The gloat. I got to get you a new hat.
That's right.
Hey, you guys could send me a hat, I'd appreciate it more than you
hold
know.
on.
But,
hey, you know what? Make sure you don't hang up after. We'll get you one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, now, you got to be ready for Aaron Rodgers to retire because his record was his stats were almost identical to Brady's this year. 4,004 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 4,017 yards passing, 22 touchdowns.
Only
Almost
difference
identical.
is, Trucker Don, only difference.
The interceptions, that's the only difference.
The interceptions were way lower. He only had three.
The INTs were the big difference.
Okay,
but again,
and the other one other thing, hold on. One other thing, Trucker Don, was that the Packers were 8-1 against teams with winning records, the best record in the NFL. They beat better teams than the Patriots. Would you admit that?
yeah, if you call the Chicago Bears a better team.
No, but I'm saying they weren't over 500.
They played a tougher schedule.
No, but they weren't over 5. I'm talking about they were 8-1 against teams over 500.
If Brady had those numbers, he should retire. If Rodgers has them, there's no pressure on him to win.
Right. Rodgers also, in Rob's own words, had a more balanced team.
No, this year he's had the most balanced team. I remember.
Without a doubt. And Brady had the most unbalanced team. You know, Sony Michel, when he was a running back last year, this year he was a Sony Walkman.
Yeah, he was not. He wasn't the same. Last year he was a monster.
Not at all.
Hey, Don, hang on.
Thank you, Don.
Don, hang on.
Let's go to Jacob in Las Vegas. Jacob, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
Great,
How
man.
you doing?
Good. You know I got to go Carson Wentz.
You're a smart man.
What about the health issue? You never know.
I understand the health issue. But guess what? Super healthy Dak is at home on Philadelphia.
Thank
Eagles
you.
Where's Carson? Is
Chris,
he not at home?
but Dak didn't make the playoffs. Chris would have.
Hold on. And the other reason I'll take him is because at the beginning of the year, if you look, I think they played the Redskins the first game. The Eagles didn't beat them like 42-24, something like that, something weird. But Carson threw for like 300-something yards, a bunch of touchdowns, did it all the way until, oh my God, he didn't even have a player on the offense that was healthy. He didn't have Deshaun Jackson. He didn't have Zach Ertz for a while. He didn't have Nelson Aguilar. He didn't have
Aguilar was dropping passes left and right.
And you know what? He won the last four games, and it was unbelievable.
Let's stop. Hold on, Jacob. Let's stop dissing Boston Scott and Miles Sanders because those dudes played football. Did they not? Those little dudes were nice.
Oh, they're running backs. They're also not Zeke Elliott.
I'm just saying they were catching that ball out of the backfield and doing damage.
All right, thanks, Jacob. Let's go to Tony in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Fellas, what's good?
What's happening?
You guys again. First off, thank you for the hat. I got it in the mail. Thank you very much. Been rocking it.
Nice. That's right, down in D.C. Let everybody know about the Odd Couple.
I say that to say this. Michael Jordan had a commercial where he talked about missing so many game winners, but he kept shooting. But he's still the GOAT. This pains me to have to disagree with the GOAT, the greatest radio host of all time, Rob Parker.
Yeah!
I gotta go with Broussard. Rob Parker, the best ability is availability, and Dak is always there. Dak had a great season in spite of the Keystone Cops coaching staff that Jerry had assembled. Kellen Moore had no business being an offensive coordinator. What had he done in the league?
Yeah, but wait a minute. When they met,
go with my man Broussard. Dak, this is a good pickup for Dak. McCarthy's going to really develop him. And Cowboys 12-4 next year. You want to do some wings?
Yeah, we could do that right now.
Tony,
I got
call,
you, Tony.
For that first
Tony,
minute.
right here, 12-4. You said 12-4. I bet you that the Cowboys on 12-4. All right, mark it down. Don't forget.
Jared in Nashville, you're on with Chris and Rob.
What's up, fellas? It's always joy to talk to y'all.
What's up, brother?
Thank you.
Hey, so listen, my man Chris Broussard, he's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Rob Parker's always saying off the cuff stuff, but I'm gonna have to agree with him on this.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, I'm gonna take a guy who knows how to make magic out of nothing.
You know what I'm saying? My mom, when I was growing up, didn't never have nothing, but she always made miracles. Carson
Did
Wentz,
they make a miracle win Sunday?
He didn't play, Chris, the last
That's
4
the
games.
problem.
Man, he got hit. He got concussed, though.
What about the other injuries?
He was injury-free this year.
You got excuses for those two?
Chris, stop.
Okay, this was going to kill it right here. Dak Prescott is right now behind a $100 million offensive line. He better stay upright and stay healthy.
He's been healthy his whole career.
Yeah, and when he plays, they can't even beat a depleted Eagles team.
Who's made more Pro Bowls, Rob?
It don't matter. He ain't make it this year because those numbers he had were fraudulent.
What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?